Military vehicles are among the toughest objects on planet Earth, built to survive the driest summers and the harshest winters, all while providing a defensive cocoon for its occupants and helping them to succeed in their missions. Meanwhile, others focus almost entirely on dishing out heavy gunfire towards enemy lines, using a variety of guns and grenades to ward off any potential threats. If not for these badass, multi-ton forces of nature, there's no doubt the tasks that the brave soldiers and commanders embark on to ensure the protection and safety of their country would be significantly more perilous. Since the Motor Scout was created by British inventor F.R. Sims in 1898, the world of the military vehicle has gone on to yield some insane creations, built for a number of different purposes and missions. In this video, we will examine 10 of the toughest military vehicles ever built, and take a deep dive into what makes them so legendary. 10. IAV Striker. Coming in at 19 tons, the Striker range is a group of versatile, 8-wheeled Leviathans that carry up to 2 drivers and 9 troopers. They were named after a pair of Medal of Honor grantees of the same name, one from World War II and the other from Vietnam, and have been in service since 2002 by the United States Army. Featuring a reinforced hull and providing huge underbelly protection for the occupants inside from explosives, the Striker is also equipped with powerful machine guns, grenade launchers, and guided missile capabilities. A biological, chemical, and nuclear reconnaissance variant also allows it to communicate, in real time, to warn fellow units of impending danger. 9. AAV-7A1 Amtrak. As enemy equipment began to develop, friendly vehicles needed to do so too. Eventually, that meant creating military vehicles that were equally at home on the water as they were on the land. In steps the AAV-7A1, which has been rigorously tried and tested around the world as an amphibious assault vehicle for over 50 years now. With an operational distance of over 300 miles on land, and around 20 nautical miles in water, the AAV-7A1 Amtrak can even wade through waves of up to 4 meters in height at a maximum speed of 8 miles per hour. It's a hugely impressive bit of kit, and added an entirely new dimension to the U.S. Army's vertical. That's precisely why a new version was commissioned in 2018. 8. M1A2 Abrams Tank. Quite possibly the most famous and greatest tank in the history of the world is the lauded M1A2 Abrams tank. Having first been introduced during the Persian Gulf War that began in 1990, the M1 was a game-changer because it was the first tank that could fire artillery while on the move. Despite its monstrous size, measuring 32 feet long, 12 feet wide and 8 feet tall, the 65-ton M1 is still capable of hitting a top speed of 40 miles per hour. Combined with a plethora of internal tech and a jaw-dropping 17.3 feet long cannon, the M1A2 Abrams will continue to serve as a leading cavalry officer to the United States Army. Did we mention that it's more than capable of handling its own during dogfights with helicopters and low-flying aircraft, too? Blimey. 7. Ranger 2 AMPV. Essentially built to allow soldiers to cover ground quickly while receiving as much protection as possible, the Ranger 2 AMPV has an operational range of 450 miles and a top speed of around 45 miles per hour, courtesy of a 450 HP block. It's been heavily praised for its ability to maneuver easily, and the fact that it can be mounted on either a 4x4 or 6x6 chassis, depending on the needs of the regiment. Another trick up its sleeve is how easy repair and maintenance is for the Ranger 2. Since its ability to change and mold to suit different chassis is also in part thanks to its modular arrangement, the power delivery to its wheels requires no oil. That makes it a dependable option when out on the field, and means it may just be the perfect vehicle in this list to ensure that you will get back home at mission's end. 6. Leopard 2 Tank. A close rival to the M1 Abrams after first appearing in 1979, the storied tank has been deployed around the world in nations like Canada, Finland, and Turkey. Its reputation stems from its combination of grit and technology, on top of its notorious weapons system. It's also made from a tough composite of tungsten, steel, and ceramic coating, culminating in a tank that truly lives up to its high standards. The ammunition is headlined by a Rheinmetall LSS smoothbore 120mm gun, as well as a pair of 7.62mm machine guns that can hold as many as 4,750 rounds of fire. An upgraded Leopard 2 A7 Plus version is also available, and is often said to be a much more capable tank than the M1 Abrams. 5. M60A1 Launch Bridge. Keen Top Gear enthusiasts will remember the M60A1 from the time Jeremy challenged the British Army to a game of British Bulldog and Sadly for the Evo 7 he was in, it didn't end well. The M60A1 was instrumental in allowing its comparably fleet-footed, machine gun-wielding entourage across a river. Ultimately, this enabled them to track and destroy the Evo. Surely, this helps put into perspective just how useful the M60A1 would be in real-world scenarios when out in the field, and in need of clearing huge obstacles and slopes with its 60 by 13-foot extension. The launch bridge has been providing accessibility to the armed forces for over half a century now, with retirement still looking light years away. 4. M88 Hercules. Hercules seems a fitting name for the M88, given that this is one of the most spectacular recovery vehicles ever made. Its primary purpose is to reach, repair, and replace vehicles that have been damaged during warfare, but more impressively, it's capable of doing so while defending its occupants and its recovery counterpart from gunfire. Some of its duties include freeing trapped vehicles from rubble and tight situations, in addition to serving as a near-immovable anchor. Its humongous arm can lift up to 35 tons of weight off the ground, making the M88 a truly worthy inclusion on our list of top 10 military vehicles. 3. ABV M1A1 Chassis. Another notable fixture in Jeremy's Evo vs. the British Army video was the assault breacher vehicle. Based on the aforementioned M1 Abram tank's chassis, the ABV is essentially an armored, heavy-duty building block that exists to clear the path for its supporting cast to do their jobs. It can adeptly breach minefields, destroy obstacles in its path, and features a handy group of on-field tools that can be used to truly level the playing field. Those include mine plows, line charges, lane marking systems, and remote control compatibility. Oh, its extensive list of weapons and defense systems are also pretty neat. Above all else, just looking at the ABV would unsettle the opposition. 2. Paramount Marauder. It wouldn't be a military-grade list if there wasn't a Humvee of some kind, would it? The vehicle of choice in this instance is the maniacal Marauder, whose size is quite unbelievable for a machine that even has a road-legal version. Remember when Richard Hammond patrolled the streets of Cape Town in that? Image a meaner, greener version, and you're still not even remotely close to understanding the power of the U.S. Army's Marauders. Having been in service since 2008, the combat-ready Marauders weigh over 33,000 pounds and feature heavy ballistic and a mine blast protection. That means it can survive a blast equivalent to over 17 pounds of TNT under any wheel. 1. Husky Mine Detection System. Remember the iconic pictures of the lunar buggy, parading around the moon without looking out of place one bit? Think of the Husky as its minefield equivalent, not just by design, but also in terms of importance to its regiment. Created as a single-seat mobility vehicle to help carry out routine clearance work in the harshest of environments. The blast-proof Husky is fitted with a number of life-saving equipment to act as a compact, smaller brother to the ABV we saw earlier. As technology continues to advance, we can expect even more mind-boggling and awe-inspiring military vehicles to emerge, further shaping the future of warfare. However, it is crucial to remember that while these machines are feats of engineering marvel, the human factor remains at the heart of military operations, with skilled personnel and strategic decision-making being essential components of any successful military endeavor. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos.